Hey David, how's it going? Thank you so much for allowing me to do this review for you. I truly do appreciate it, and I'm excited to share with you some of the information that I've gathered here that I hope will be helpful when it comes to your online marketing and your online exposure. So the first thing we want to do is take a look at your website because we're going to be driving traffic to your website, and we want to make sure it quickly communicates to a potential client what you're all about and why they should choose to do business with you instead of your competition. So while I'm here on your website, I just wanted to say that you have a very nicely laid out website, and for your line of work, I think it's set up perfectly because it really does communicate with people that come to visit your website what you're all about. And the first thing I noticed was this picture of you right here with a big old smile on your face. It's important to have stuff like that because it shows that you're just a friendly guy who really wants to treat the patients and that you really do care about them. You're not just after their money. And so when somebody sees the picture of you smiling like that, it's kind of a subconscious thing for them. Like, this is a friendly guy and I really think I could trust him. And he's not just some random guy hiding behind a computer screen. So it's really good that you included that photo of yourself right there. And I also noticed you included your phone number right here. Now, believe it or not, most people forget to include their phone number, and so when somebody wants to get a hold of the business owner, they have no possible way of doing it because they didn't have their phone number on there. So they could have the most beautiful website ever, but if they don't include their contact information up there, then nobody's going to be able to contact them about their business. So the fact that you have that right there, that's a good thing. And you also included an email button right here. And so what you're doing right now is you're making it so easy for your potential clients to get a hold of you, and that is something that's so important. Like, if people have a question, they need to be able to get a hold of you, and you're not hiding in any way from them. You're laying out your contact details very clearly for them, so if they have any questions whatsoever, they could email you or call you and get their questions answered. And the other thing I noticed is you also have social links right here. Now this is so important because social links, they allow sites to go viral very easily. So Facebook, for example, if you get a lot of fans on your Facebook page, and you post something like maybe a 10% discount if they come in by whenever, if somebody shares that, other people might share it, and other people might share it, and it would cause it to go viral. And so I don't know if you've been getting many traffic to your Facebook page or to your Twitter account, but if you haven't, I would really push strongly on that and do a lot of advertisement with it because these social accounts can really make people's businesses take off. And like I said, it's all through the viral effect. Some things I might consider changing on the site is, like I said, you included your phone number right there, which is very good. But it's also kind of blending in a little bit still. Even though it's bolded, it still blends in a little bit. So I would consider taking this phone number right here. Well, actually, you know what? You could leave it there. But I would also consider putting your phone number up in the header section right here. And then right under that, I would put your email address. And that way, right when somebody logs onto your site, right when the site loads, boom, there's the phone number and email address. If they need to get a hold of you for anything, they don't even have to scroll down. They don't have to look around for your website because your contact information is right there, right when the site loaded. And so it just makes it really easy on somebody who might have a question for you. And I would also consider doing the same thing with your social links. Like I said, it's so important to drive traffic to these websites as well. And so I would consider putting them up in this upper right corner right here, because right now they're below the fold. And by below the fold, I mean when you have to scroll down in order to see them. Now we want all the important information to be above the fold, and these links are extremely important. So I would consider putting them right up here in this upper right corner. That way they don't distract from anything else, but at the same time they're very visible. The other thing I might consider doing is including testimonials on your homepage. Now, I don't know if you've collected any testimonials from people or not in the past, but testimonials are very important to have, and a lot of people, when they get testimonials, they like to create a new page on their menu called testimonials. However, what I tell my clients to do is actually include the testimonials on their homepage. And for you, what I would do is I would bring this down a little bit so you have more white space. So like about all this right here would be white space. And if you collect 5 to 6 testimonials, I would put them right here. However, I would only have one showing at a time, and I would have them rotating every 2 to 3 seconds. So you might have one testimonial showing right there, and then 2 to 3 seconds later it rotates to the next one, and then to the next one, and then to the next one. And the reason having testimonials on your homepage is so important is because when somebody views your website, they're going to know within about 5 seconds if you're somebody they want to do business with or not. Now, having your picture right there is a great way to build social proof with them, but an even better way to build social proof with them is to have the testimonials on your homepage, because when somebody views your website, they're going to look at it and be like, well, this person is happy doing business with David, and they felt a lot better after they left, so there's no reason I shouldn't be happy, and there's no reason my pain shouldn't be gone either. So I would definitely consider doing that, and like I said, if you don't have any testimonials yet, just ask a couple of your patients, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to write you a very short testimonial. They don't have to be long at all, just one sentence. But that can be a very big thing for you, and it really builds your trust. It allows the people to trust you a lot easier. The other thing I might consider doing on your website is including something called an email opt-in form. Now, you could actually put that right there. This is a perfect spot to put it, actually, because it's kind of not being used yet. But what an email opt-in form is somebody, when they log onto your website, they could leave their name and email address in exchange of something of value from you. So, for example, if you want to offer them maybe a small discount if you're having a holiday special or whatever it may be, if you want to give them maybe a short little 2 to 3 page report on how to heal their back pain at home, whatever you could give them that's of value in exchange for their name and email address. And the reason this is so important is because having an email opt-in form like that can be such a big marketing tool for you. And basically what it does is, say you collect 200 people's email addresses. Now all of a sudden, if they're saved up in your autoresponder, all you have to do is type one email and click the send button, and that program is automatically going to send it to each person on your email list and personalize it with their name, so it looks like it's written directly from you to them. So it's a great way to build a relationship with your clients, and it's a great way to get them to keep coming back to get more work done. And so, like I said, it could be a great marketing tool, and if you need any help setting that up, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. But I've literally seen that take people's businesses and just make them take off. I know I use it in my own business, and it does wonders for me. So, like I said, if you need help with it, I would be more than happy to help you with that. But other than those changes, I wouldn't do anything too drastic to your website because it's already really nicely laid out. You quickly and very easily communicate to the visitors on your site what you're all about. So just if you can, I would make some of those small changes. And then you'd be good to go, and you'd have a very high converting website. But right now what I want to do is I want to take you over to Google real quick. Okay, so David, now we're over here on Google, and as you can see, I've typed in the term New York chiropractor. And these kinds of words are very important because this is someone who is proactively going onto Google in search of your services. So this is someone who can very likely become a customer for you. So as you can see, there's ads here at the top, and there's ads on the right hand side right here. And this is something called Google AdWords, or PPC, which stands for pay per click. Now the good thing about PPC is it can get you on the front page of Google very quickly, and sometimes even within an hour. However, the downside is that you do have to pay a small fee every time your ad is clicked on. But as you can see, there's a lot of people bidding to be on the first page for the term New York chiropractor. So that shows us that this is actually a very profitable campaign for them, and that they're making a lot of money and getting a lot of clients by being on the first page of Google for this term. So that's the good news with that. And the other way to get ranked on the first page of Google is through something called search engine optimization, or SEO for short. And as you can see here, the guys on the front page are benefiting from SEO and getting on the first page instead of page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or beyond. So as you can see, Dr. Stevens, eSpirit Wellness, Steekel Chiropractor, these guys are all getting on the first page of Google and getting a lot of clients simply because they're on the first page. And it's important to be on the first page of Google because over 80% of people that do a search on Google actually don't get past the first page results. So they don't even bother to go to page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They just kind of camp out right here on the first page. So David, you can have the best company, you could offer the best service, you could have the best pricing, and you might even be the most ethical chiropractor out there. But unfortunately, if no one's going to see your website, they won't know anything about that. Which is why it's so important to hold rankings on the first page, because that truly is the most lucrative online real estate that you can have. Now the good thing about SEO is the fact that there's no charge every time somebody clicks to visit your website. However, the downside is that unlike PPC, it does take a few weeks and sometimes a few months to get on the first page. But now, David, what I want to do is I want to take you over to something called the Google Keyword Tool. And this is a really cool tool that will kind of dig into keywords and show us how many times per month certain phrases get searched. Okay, so now we're over here on the Google Keyword Tool, and as you can see, I typed in the term New York chiropractor. Now, if we come down here, we're able to see that New York chiropractor gets searched about 210 times per month, which is already quite a bit. Usually I tell my clients anything over 100 is very good. And then also if we scroll down a little bit right here, it's going to give us some other related terms, like best chiropractor in New York, that we would want to rank your website on the first page of Google for, because that would be profitable for you. Now, if you remember me talking about PPC, so the ads on the side of Google, these ads right here, this tool will also show us on average how much each person is paying per click. And as you can see over here, each person is paying about $8.83 per click, which is a lot of money just for one visitor to their website. But as a chiropractor, you know how valuable and how much worth one client can have. So, I mean, a lot of chiropractors out there don't mind paying that amount. However, I like to work with my clients, and I like to get them on the first page of Google and the organic listings or the free listings, because it doesn't cost anything every time their site gets clicked on. But David, when I came back to here, I actually wasn't able to find your site anywhere within the top 100 results or the first 10 pages of Google. And this means that the traffic and the potential clients you could be getting isn't near what it currently is. So you're missing out on about 210 people finding your site every single month. And obviously out of the 210 people coming to your site every single month, you're bound to get a couple of those as clients. However, there is good news. If you do want some help with that, David, I can definitely do that for you. And I would be more than happy to provide the assistance of helping you get to the front page of Google for New York chiropractor and various other terms. And this is actually how I work. I offer 3, 6, and 12-month agreements, and you would be the only one in the area that I work with, so I wouldn't work with any other chiropractors in your area, so I wouldn't work with any of your direct competitors. And right now I'm actually running a special Christmas bonus, so if you sign up by Christmas, I'll give you 66% off your first month, and I'll also create a mobile-friendly version of your website for you for free, which usually costs around $497. And the reason having a mobile site is important these days is because more and more people are actually using their mobile devices to access the internet. So they're using their iPhones and their tablets to access the internet instead of their desktop or laptop. And I don't know if you've gone to your website through a mobile device, but it's kind of hard to navigate. It's not just your website. Every single site out there it's tough to navigate a normal site on a mobile device. So I could go ahead and do that for you. And so if this is something you want to get started on and you want to get to the front page of Google for New York chiropractor and various other terms, you could go ahead and send me an email at Bryan, that's BRYAN, at localseomanagers.com, or you can send me a message on LinkedIn, and I would be happy to provide you with the next steps. And also, I'll be sending you over a Can You Endorse Me request on LinkedIn, and I would be happy to have your review if you were happy with the results of my work. So David, thank you again so much for this opportunity. I know I had a lot of fun creating this video, and I hope it gave you some insights on how you can better improve your online marketing and your online exposure. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.